This is a play that many people think in launched the modern theater as we know it when it premiered at the Moscow Art Theater in 1898. This was the Big Bang, modern theater.
The theater's on its last legs, Irina Nikolaevna. Once there were mighty oaks. Now all we see is tree stones.
It's true. There are fewer genuinely brilliant individuals these days, but the general standard of acting is far higher.
Oh, I can't agree with you, although I suppose...
A lot of it was Chekhov's own commitment to realism and to giving a portrait of people who weren't necessarily villains, who weren't heroes, who were just going about their daily lives, you know, and acting, having breakfast, taking tea, huddled around the samovar, and in the meantime, you know, underneath all hell is breaking loose, you know, or all heaven is about to descend. So it's kind of marvelous.
When that curtain goes up, those great geniuses, those priests of sacred art, artificially lit, in a room with 3 walls, try to reproduce the way that people eat, drink, love, put their jackets on. When they try to concoct some moral out of their crass scenes and dreary lines, some petty, oversimplified, one-size-fits-all moral for handy domestic use, when I am fed 1,000 variations of the same thing over and over and over and over again, then I run for it. I run away. Just like Maupassant ran away from the Eiffel Tower because its crass vulgarity was pulverizing his brain.
It's a story about a lot of middle-class people. Summer hanging around a lake on an estate in Russia. They are all of them artists, writers, actresses, wannabe theater people or actual successful theater people. They're all in love, every single one of them. They're in love with the wrong person, of course, every single one of them. Nothing's going to work out. Nothing at all. A guy tries to commit suicide twice and succeeds once. Hilarious. It's a wild little play, really.
Bleak, bleak, bleak. Petrifying, petrifying, petrifying. The bodies of all living creatures have crumbled to dust, and the eternal laws of matter have transformed them into rock, into water, into clouds, and their souls have melted into one soul. And I am that universal soul. The souls of Alexander the Great, of Caesar, Shakespeare, and Napoleon, and of the lowliest leech are all within me. Human consciousness and animal instinct are combined in me, and I know everything, everything, everything.
It's just a fantastic play. I've always wanted to do the Seagull. I don't want to do every single Chekhov play. So they're all 4 of them. You know, it's not like doing 38 Shakespeare plays. There are only really 4 major Chekhov plays, rather, and they're all marvelous. And I think the Seagull is especially marvelous because it's so youthful and so fresh and so ordinary and so insane and so full of overflowing with love and pain and silliness, that it's just a special...
Do I ever allow myself to leave the house, even step out into the garden without doing my hair? Never. That's how I've kept my looks. I've never allowed myself to get frumpy, never allowed myself to go like some women do.
You know, this is a great play. It's an ensemble play. It calls for about, 8 men and 3 women. And they all have to be terrific, and they really are. This is one of the best casts we've ever had in this building, and that's saying something. So they're solid right down the line, and they have to be. They have to be marvelous. I expect them to be marvelous. I think they will be marvelous, and people should expect to have a really unique and uniquely summertime, spring-like sensations flowing all over them when they come to the theater.
What's that meant to mean?
I was cruel enough to kill this seagull today. Now I'm laying it at your feet.